Hello, in this video I'm going to showcase some battles of mine in the Liga Brasileira, and it will be actually in the Polaris domain meta, which is a meta that Battlefront 3 came up with, but Liga Brasileira made this earlier for the field specialist, and I'll be playing the field specialist role this time, so I'm gonna be one of the first to play in this meta actually. These are the teams, and if you played or drafted a team for this meta, they may not exactly look like the teams you might expect. Mostly it's those Frostlass that are really hard meta in here, but neither of us brought that. I actually always try to look a bit more into anti-meta, and one Pokemon that I dropped last second was Ariados. Now look at the team of my opponent, right? Swallows, the Dena, even Reggie, so-so, and Credilli would have been great into this matchup. He has no answers, but I dropped it last second because I thought it'd be trash into Frostlass, and I would assume that about everyone brings that, which is why I've got this spot and Frostlass to cover it quite hard. But now my opponent has the Dena, a fairy-type Pokemon. There's not many of those in this meta. And it's good into my Golispot, my Zweilos, my Samurott, my Sableye, and my Lokix. So now I'm in big trouble. I only have the Piloswine, and even then, Play Rough does so much damage there. So gonna be a tricky matchup. What I really did was just counter Frostless and then make Lokix free. And Lokix is okay in this matchup, has 5 decent ones, but the Dena is what I need to be careful of. Let's see how I'm gonna play this one out. Battle, I lead Samurott into Reggie. This is not a Pokemon I expected per se. I expected mostly Samurott the Dena core. So a little bit annoying here. This Pokemon can hit super effective on a lot of my team with Thunder and Focus Blast. I'm just gonna stay in to be annoying here. See how this is gonna play out. I don't think I win the 2-shield just because the lock-ons add up enough that a Thunder might knock out, and Thunder does not take long to get to. Let's see, I'm gonna throw another Hydro Cannon. He actually makes an incredible catch on Credilli because I was almost at a Mega Horn. If he filled this catch, that Mega Horn may have almost one-shot this Credilli because that will be super effective on the grass typing of it, and Rock does not resist Bug. Just want to pull a shield here, then bring in my Golispot. I don't think I can use shields because if I do, then I will be in trouble afterwards, right? Then both my Pokemon can get one shot by that Reggie. So the Shadow Rock Slide does so much damage though, and I kind of don't want to throw here because it is Charge Stack Purity. But let's say it wasn't, then he would have farmed me down and get to another Charge Stack. But I actually want to farm here with my Samurott, so kind of rough. I do expect the Den in the back, so it's not the worst yet, but the Reggie, I believe, has an attack. There we go. I have to shield this, kinda. Because I don't think Piloswine can deal with both this Reggie and with the Dena. Maybe it could. Maybe it could. Well, let's see. Dena comes in, gonna go for the Hydro Cannon, which will do about 50% damage as well. The Dena, not exactly bulky Pokemon, but it has a high attack, and so does Piloswine. So this Play Rough, even though not the most efficient attack, it's gonna do a lot. A scary amount of damage. It's gonna get very close. Play Rough puts me over under half here. I'm gonna throw right before the Discharge, because if he throws Discharge, he might be able to lock me down with Reggie, and then I lose as well. So can't have that, of course. I don't want to lose. This Reggie is a little bit low. I will throw the Avalanche here, even though resisted will still put it in Fear Cutter down range, so they have to respect it. Now my opponent has to build up a lot of energy here. If they go for Focus, they need a Focus Blast to knock me out, but then they might not outpace me to the next attack on that Samurott. So they go for the Thunder here, but it's double resisted. It doesn't knock out, and I'm able to get to my next Avalanche. So a little bit clutch. My opponent definitely played better, but I just had the alignment that I needed, so good game. Game number 2, I'm going to go with the ABA strategy, which is a soft ABA because Sableye is not the worst into the Dena. But I catch a Samurott lead here, which is perfect because I don't want Piloswine on the Samurott. He makes an incredible catch again on Zweilos. And I'm not too sure what he's trying to bait out. I'm always assuming that there's going to be, there's the Den in the back. So I'm going to counter this all the way down with the Lokix. I'm actually not too sure if I would win Charge Stack Purity. I think I do because Lokix is extremely fragile. It has a counter recently now, so it does something. Gonna go for the X-Scissor blindly, I think, because like there's nothing on this team besides the Dena that resists it. But here's the thing. Even if they bring in the Dena, X-Scissor is still the way to go. So gonna throw that. They shield it. Great. And I get another one off here. I think it's Charge Stack Purity as well. Let's see how much it does. So much damage. X is only 40 attack, 40 energy, but behind such an attack-weighted Pokemon does a lot of damage. In the back is actually Credilli. My opponent didn't bring the Dena, which would have won about anything on my team. But here's the thing. I have Piloswine, which would be on the Dana preferably. But yeah, knowing that it's not there, a very good call by my opponents. Now I don't have it to target. So here's the thing. Because they threw after me, I actually didn't have to shoot anymore. I pulled their shield first, and that allowed me to no shield. If they threw first, it actually would have been tricky for me because I would have to shoot that Piloswine, and then it could farm up a little bit more and potentially get an attack off here as well. So them throwing after me was a misplay by them, and that allows me to just sweep with the Sableye. Shadow Cordilli, a little bit more fragile than its non-shadow counterpart, and that allows Sableye to clean up here. Alright, game number 3. There's no way I can let him make a sick catch again. We get the same leads again here. Sableye to Samurott. I went with the same team. I thought it was pretty solid, so just gonna do the same. This time I throw immediately. I was really afraid he would catch it again, but he doesn't this time. This foul play would do a lot of damage. I'm not sure if I want to keep switch here or not. Probably because I want Piloswine on the Dena. Let's see, a Magmar would do a little bit more damage, so he does go for that. But can I claw him down? He actually goes into Thunder Shock Shadow Raikou. This is the most obvious bait out for a Piloswine, and I'm falling for it. I'm gonna go into Lokix, which would have otherwise been on the Dena, and I will shield this attack here. Raikou has Wild Charge, Thunderbolt, Thunder, and Shadow Ball, so it doesn't particularly get fast to its charge attacks. Gonna throw the X-Scissor before its next charge attack, otherwise I may have to double shield this. I could have also no shielded and just farm down with Samurott, but nah, it's fine. Even if it was gonna be the Den in the back, right? And I also wanted to keep the Lokix just in case it was Reggie Eyes for some reason. So X-Scissor still does a lot of... Look at how much damage this Lokix puts in here, to be honest. It's already at 50% or even lower. Discharge won't even knock out. I predict him trying to catch here, so I'm going to swap into Piloswine. He did wait a turn and then did a Thunder Shock. Gets to an attack on the Samurott, but it doesn't matter because I have a shield here. Play rough, as we saw before, doesn't get close to knocking out just yet, but he will get 2. However, I kept an attack on Lokix, so we just need to get some fast attack pressure here, and I think then we're fine. Lokix has been a lot of fun to use so far from this matchup, so of course only play one matchup, but it seems like a very flexible Pokemon into anything that's not fairy, right? If Frost is like the hard answer, if you can get energy elsewhere, Dark Pulse would still knock it out. I lose charge attack priority, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I believe I have an X-Scissor or I'm one off. Gonna go for the X-Scissor. And Lokix beats the Dena. Going to clean up this game for me. That is a good game by my opponent. GG. And that way I have my first 3-0 in the Liga Brasileiro. So yeah, a lot of fun, the Polaris meta. Definitely have to revisit Ariados and Frost, because I think even Ariados with Shadow Sneak could be okay in that matchup. But more to think about that later. I hope you liked the video and see you next one. Bye.